What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give this video a like. And if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Now, let's get into this video. Alright, so I apologize for not uploading, man. I'm in school now, man. I'm busy, but I still gotta get things done. I still gotta upload to my channel, right? And to y'all deserve it. And wasn't there a lot that I missed. So instead of making 5 separate videos covering everything that happened, because so many things has happened, let's just make it a big episode. So I'm just gonna cover pretty much everything that has happened for pretty much from Friday, Sunday, everything. So let's go and speak on this. Let's of course speak on the injuries first. Of course, there's been 2 big injuries at the quarterback position that happened on Sunday. We had the Drew Brees injury. Yes, Drew Brees, immortal Drew Brees, who feels like he never ever got injured. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks. We saw what happened. Has torn ligaments in his throwing thumb. And he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. And let's speak on this real quick. Do I think the Saints are just going to fall off a cliff and they're going to be pretty much nothing for the next 6 weeks? No, because, yeah, they look bad on Sunday against the Rams. I mean, the offense wasn't really getting things done. The defense gave up in the fourth quarter because they were on the field. They were on the field every single time. They got tired, and eventually they just wear down. But the thing is, people got to remember, Teddy Bridgewater in 2016 did lead the Vikings to the playoffs. Now, the thing was, he was a game manager. Teddy Bridgewater, let me get things straight. Teddy Bridgewater is not no Drew Brees. He's not Drew Brees at all. He's not a quarterback that's going to put your team on their backs and carry you to the playoffs. That's not what he did in Minnesota. And that's not what Sean Payton's probably going to do with this outcoming 6 weeks. We're going to see a lot of things. A lot of people got to remember that offense that Teddy Bridgewater was running. It was an offense that was set up for Breeze. And, now they're going to go into the upcoming week with a game plan that's going to be a lot similar for Teddy Bridgewater. Something that's going to help Teddy Bridgewater out. Probably going to see a little bit more read options, right? A little bit of RPOs and stuff like that. But the thing that the Saints are going to lean on is, of course, that defense, which I think the defense is better than what a lot of people are giving credit them for. That defense is playing really well against the Rams. You got to remember, the Rams only had like 3 points at halftime. Yeah, it was 3-3 at halftime. So the defense is fine. If the offense is, the thing is, they're going to hand the ball out. Alvin Kamara is going to be huge. Alvin Kamara, look, Sean Payton is going to turn Alvin Kamara to like pretty much Todd Gurley. Alvin Kamara is going to get his 30 carries on. Well, maybe not 30 carries, 30 touches. 30 touches. It's going to be the Alvin Kamara show, pretty much. And Teddy Bridgewater is just going to convert things on third down. That's how it's going to be. The schedule is kind of tough because it's upcoming game. It's against my Seahawks. You got to come to Seattle. Come face us, who we're 2-0. And we're going to speak about Big Ben soon, but that's going to be a tough game, right? The Dallas Cowboys are going to face them the upcoming week. I believe that's a Sunday night game. The Cowboys are looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. Dak Prescott is looking like an NFL MVP candidate, right? Then after that, I believe they faced the Bucs. Then they had the Jaguars, the Bears. Then they have like a bye week and the Falcons. So hopefully around that bye weekish, maybe Breeze is back by then. But most of those games are winnable games. That Bears game is going to be a tough game. Even the Jaguars. We're hearing about Jalen Ramsey and trade rumors right now. So it's looking like Jalen Ramsey won't be there that long. And Nick Foles is, of course, injured. So maybe the Jaguars are going to be in tank mode, in tank mode by then. But we'll see. But do I believe in Teddy Bridgewater to just keep things solid? I think he can do it. My thing is, all Teddy Bridgewater has to do is keep it solid for Drew Brees to come back. As long as the Saints don't, as long as they don't lose out, or lose 5 games. Look, they can't lose more than 3 to 4 games. By the time Brees comes back, the Saints can only have lost 3 to 4 games, and I think he can do that. Pretty much keep it even. Win 3, lose 3. We put you guys 4-4. Brees come back at 4-4. It's doable. It's not the position you will want to be in, but it's doable. But you can't go out and lose. Even though those first 2 games are gonna be tough. The Falcons are looking good right now. By the way, I knew it wasn't paying time for Atlanta. I had you guys losing that first game. It was a big win against the Eagles, so that's good. The Panthers are they're dealing with their own issues right now. Tampa Bay is actually looking solid, so we'll see how that plays out. But overall, I think Teddy Bridgewater can get things done. Probably going to see some Taysom Hill also, so we'll see how it plays out. But overall, I see Teddy Bridgewater getting things done, and that's that. But it's going to be huge. Alvin Kamara, Mike Thomas, we're going to see him cook. I don't know what is going on with him. He's looking like he's a corpse. I'm expecting Cook to be one of Bridgewater's main targets because he was looking for Cook the entire time. I know they had some chemistry in training camp. So, we'll see how that plays out. But overall, they're going to need more from Cook. They're going to need everything from Alvin Kamara, some Latavius Murray. You got some of that Latavius Murray chemistry from the Minnesota Vikings. Thomas. So they're going to need all their big stars to be huge. And that's that. And the defense to hold things down. And I can see it happening. Now let's speak about Pittsburgh though. Man, there's so many things that's been going on with Pittsburgh. Of course, Big Ben, season-ending elbow surgery. That sucks. Look, it's been wild. You guys know that I was kind of big on the Steelers this year. I actually thought they were winning the division at 11 games, and with Big Ben being injured, them dropping 0-2, it looks like it's not going to happen. My thing is the Michael Fitzpatrick trade. What was that for? Unless the Steelers organization are hell bent on trying to win right now. Look, my thing with Mason Rudolph is I think he's solid, but is he really going to put teams over the top? Is he going to lead you guys past the Ravens? The Browns even won a game against the Jets, so they're going to be battling for that. And I'm not sure giving up a first-round pick, especially if you guys are bad, if things don't work out with Mason Rudolph and he's not ready to, get things going and lead you guys to a 9-10 win season. It could look bad because then the Dolphins have your first-round pick, Michael Fitzpatrick. He wants to play safety. That was his thing with the Miami Dolphins. Plus, he played for the Miami Dolphins, one of the worst teams we'll probably ever see, ever. You guys, I might just make a video separate just speaking about the atrocity over there in Miami. But, he was in a bad situation in Miami. Didn't want to play slot corner, which is what Miami had him playing. He wants to play safety. That's his natural position. And y'all good at safety. Terrell Edmonds, Sean Davis, what they want to come in for, play the slot, but he doesn't want to play the slot. So it's already seeming there's some disconnect there. But overall, my thing with the Steelers is I just don't see it. I don't have that much faith in the Steelers like I do with the Saints, because at least I know Teddy Bridgewater has experience in the NFL as a starting quarterback. I can't say the same thing for Mason Rudolph. I even think the talent on the Steelers is kind of not as good as it is in the Saints. James Conner is not Alvin Kamara. Juju is not Michael Thomas. And, you know, it's going to be a tough situation. I'd love to see Mason Rudolph do his thing. But my thing was, for this Steelers team to succeed this year, they needed a huge season from Big Ben. No Big Ben, I don't see this team winning more than 7 games, honestly. So let's keep it pushing, man. Talked about the Steelers. We talked about the Saints situation. Let's recap week 2. I apologize for not making my week 2 preview, right? I actually had it recorded. A few things happened, didn't get it on there, but I plan to have week 3 preview ready to go. But my thing with week 2, look, my breakdown was, you guys saw me where I felt about the Carolina Panthers and the Bucs. But my thing was, I'm surprised that Denver lost that Denver-Chicago game. I had Denver winning that game. We saw how it played out. You know, look, my thing is, I did not predict the Broncos to start 0-2. I didn't. That's one of the shocking things. What else I predicted? I predicted the Saints to beat the Rams. We saw that played out. I predicted the Titans to beat the coach, Jacoby Brissett. This is one thing I said, though. Teams can't sleep on the coach just because Andrew Luck is not there. Jacoby Brissett, he's showing that he's a capable quarterback. They got Marlon Mack out the backfield, having a huge season, right? So, you know, the thing is, you can't sleep on any team, right? Let's speak about the Eagles, man. Yeah, I think this is a perfect time to speak about the Eagles. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for one of the teams I was excited for. I was excited to see this team fully healthy, and we saw all the injuries. Alshon Jeffrey getting banged up. Deshaun Jackson's going to be out for a few weeks. Malik Jackson is out for the season. That's huge. He's out for the season. Tim Jernigan, the other defensive tackle, who was come in and pretty much take Malik Jackson snaps, he's going to be out for a significant part of the season. You guys gave up Tavon Hester, so now a strength of the team going into the year, the interior defensive line is now looking like Fletcher Cox or bust. So that's looking iffy. You know, there's some talks about Jalen Ramsey possibly going to the Eagles. I think that would be a good move, him, Ronald Darby. I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles secondary is as bad as people are, you know, acting like it is. But, you know, that's just my thoughts. Jalen Ramsey to, you know, any team is going to improve the team, of course. Probably the best corner in the league. But, you know, is he needed? You know, I think Ronald Darby, Sidney Jones, Jalen Mills, and plus the studs you guys have at safety with Malcolm Jenkins and Andrew Scenario, Ronald McCoy, they can get things done, right? So that's that. Cowboys, man, let's talk about Dak Prescott. He's looking like an MVP candidate. Honestly, Dak Prescott, he's looking amazing. He really wants all that $40 million, man. He wants that. He wants to be the highest paid quarterback, and he's proving it. Man. He's balling out right now. And at this moment, if you Jerry Jones, you have to pay Dak Prescott. You have to, man. He's balling out right now. And the more he balls out, and by the way, he's out playing Miami. So if I was Jerry Jones, I would just go ahead and pay him now before his stock rises anymore, because we all know he is fun to murder. The Cowboys are fun to murder the Dolphins. I mean, for real. Like, the Dolphins, the first 2 games of the season, already 102 points scored on them. I mean, it's just out of hand. And, you know, the Cowboys, they're looking like one of the best teams, right? Gallup is going to be out for a few weeks. That's going to hurt. But they had a random Devin Smith going out there and catching bombs deep So, I mean, it's like everybody's balling out. Randall Cobb is looking amazing in this Cowboys offense in the slot. Amari Cooper, same thing. We already know about Zeke. This offensive line is amazing. Dak Prescott is looking like a Pro Bowl quarterback. I mean, for real. It's looking good in Dallas. It really is. And they're one of them scary teams in the NFL right now. They really are. And with the injuries that's going on with Philadelphia, I know going into the season, I had the Philadelphia Eagles making the playoffs at 12-4. But with the injuries that they're dealing with right now, and with the Cowboys, healthy, they're balling out. Right now you gotta give them the upper hand. Let's speak about the other two MVP candidates, man. Let's go and speak about it. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, man. I can't tell you how much Lamar Jackson hype I've been seeing, man, just on social media and just overall. It's wild because the narrative can change so quick, man. The narrative can change so quick, and this is a perfect example of it. Going into the season, in last season, you would have thought that Lamar Jackson would be battling for a starting position. He was a few years out the league, the way how the media was speaking about him. All the talks from the playoffs, even going into the NFL, is this guy a real quarterback? Should he switch to running back? Should he play receiver? I mean, there were so many question marks, even going into the season. All the memes of him not being a true NFL quarterback. But, you would think that this guy, Lamar Jackson, is Peyton Manning, the way I speak about him. That's no shit to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's balling out. But just the entire, the media narrative around him is, is just crazy. Just the change of it, man. The change of it. They showing stats how he's the best young quarterback in the NFL. And this is just a thing, man. It's wild. This is wild. But Lamar Jackson's been balling out, looking accurate. Yeah, I know he's faced the Dolphins and the Cardinals. Still looking really good. That offense it's amazing because the first game against the Miami Dolphins, everything was pretty much through the air with Lamar Jackson. Everything was through the air. The second game against the Cardinals, he had 11 rushes for over 100 yards. He was still throwing the ball. I mean, Lamar Jackson, he's just balling out. And this offense is definitely something that, we haven't seen. They kept it real throughout the Ravens offseason. The entire hype was, what is this offense going to look like? I mean, what's it really going to look like? And, it's unpredictable. That's exactly what it is. It's unpredictable. Lamar Jackson balling out. Mark Ingram, Marquise Brown. I got shout out to Hollywood Brown. I wasn't big on Hollywood Brown as much, but I gotta keep it real. He's been balling out. I mean, he really have, and I'll keep it real. I didn't think Marquise Brown was a bum or anything. I just didn't think he would come in and make an immediate impact like he is. And he's going now, running the deep routes, getting past the defense, catching screen passes, getting mad yards. I'm like, yo, this dude, Hollywood Brown, is looking like a faster version of Antonio Brown, But shout out to them. Mark Andrews, the tight end, has been balling out. This offense, shout out to him. You guys shout out to John Harbaugh, man. We have questions about him. How is he gonna adjust from Joe Flacco to Lamar Jackson? It's been looking really good. The offensive line's been looking really good. And for this last MVP candidate, this is a transition, Mahomes. And the reason I want to transition from Lamar Jackson to Mahomes is because they play this upcoming week. And this is probably game of the week. I mean, for real, two of the hottest teams. I mean, look, Patrick Mahomes, this is unreal. Patrick Mahomes going into this season is, looking better than what he did last year. If that even makes sense. He's looking better than what he did last year. I mean, he's on pace to break records. That second quarter he had against Oakland. Yes, I know it was the Oakland Raiders, but that was an Oakland Raiders team that was trying to go out there and win. And the fact that Patrick Mahomes or any quarterback could put out 278 yards in one quarter is just insane. The first week it was Sammy Watkins catching mad balls. Last week it was Demarcus Robinson. I mean, it's insane. Kelsey's getting busy. It's just crazy, man. Like Mahomes, I don't know what to say, man. It's just Mahomes. It really is. It's Mahomes. He's balling out. He's having fun. I mean, he's just making passes. He's looking better than what he did last year, and that's insane. He's probably the best quarterback in the NFL now. I still want to get that title to Aaron Rodgers, but it's like, it's Mahomes. Andy Reid is probably the best offensive mind in the NFL. So it's just wild. Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I can't wait to see this. This is going to be an early MVP battle. I mean, it really is. And they're two new style quarterbacks, man. Both mobile. Of course, Lamar Jackson, one of the most athletic quarterbacks we've seen in the NFL ever. Patrick Mahomes, he's underrated when it comes to mobility because a lot of people see him throwing bombs. I don't think everybody realizes how mobile he really is. It's going to be a great showing. It's going to be interesting what this... Because last year, it was a good game. The Ravens and Chiefs, they played last year, came down to the wire. And I believe Lamar Jackson, he strip sacked Lamar Jackson, won in overtime. The Chiefs won in overtime. So it's going to be in Baltimore. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be great. I really wish Jimmy Smith, the star cornerback for the Ravens, would play, but still got Marlon Humphrey. Still got Brandon Carr, the safeties, and Earl Thomas. And shout out to Earl Thomas, still balling. A lot of people had their doubts. Earl Thomas is still looking like a beast. It's LLB for life. You got Tony Jefferson there, a monster. So it's going to be lovely, man. Like, I'm going to keep all eyes glued to the TV, man, when it comes to Chiefs and Ravens. And it's going to be great, man. It's going to be a great showdown. But let's get to this last topic, man. I could speak about the Chiefs and Ravens all day. Let's get to this last topic, man. Let's speak about Daniel Jones finally being a starter in New York. He's finally the starter, man. Look, did I expect Eli Manning to get benched after week 2? No. I'm going to be real. I didn't expect Daniel Jones to play at all this year. I'm going to be real. I didn't expect Daniel Jones to play at all this year. A lot to do with John Mara, just because John Mara is, he plays, he loves Eli Manning. He just does. And, I didn't see them, playing Daniel Jones. All the talk was Daniel Jones was going to sell out this year, learn under Eli Manning, but I guess past summer he got what he wanted. Daniel Jones to be starting, and it's week 2, man. It's week 2, and a lot of Giants fans are thinking maybe Daniel Jones will play, but probably after week 6 when they face Kyler Murray. But they're getting it early. And how I feel about it, we saw Daniel Jones in preseason. He looked like a stud, right? He did. I really like how he threw anticipation. Looks like he has really good quarterback awareness in the pocket. We know that he's accurate. We know that he's I can't say that we do, because I don't think a lot of people do realize that he has good mobility. He has a lot of things, right? A lot of good things. I'm gonna be real. Going into the season, I think overall, just talent-wise, he is better than Eli Manning. But will he succeed? Now, he's facing Tampa Bay, which, my thing is, it seems like a great game to have a rookie quarterback, debut. Because if you look at this Buccaneers secondary, there's really a bunch of no names besides Hargraves. Darian Stewart, kind of out of his prime, TJ Ward, whatever. But overall, this Buccaneers defense hasn't really been looking that bad. That first game against the 49ers, they were really shutting down Jimmy G. It was just Jameis Winston was throwing interceptions, and they kept on having to stay on the field. So they just pretty much let down. Plus, one of those plays were a pick six by Richard Sherman. So really, that was them only giving up 24 points. So, and then of course the game against the Panthers, they shut down Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey. So this Buccaneers defense, you gotta shout out Todd Bowles. We all thought that this offense by the Buccaneers would come in and be explosive, and they would possibly shock a few teams like that. But they're winning games with the defense, and that's something that we didn't predict. So we gotta shout out to them. But just personnel wise, you have to like your chances if you're the Giants with Daniel Jones. But my thing is, it's interesting that they're starting him now because Sterling Shepard is banged up right now, right? We all know if he's playing in week 3. Golden Tate is still on suspension. You gotta remember, he doesn't come back until after week 4. So it's interesting that they have him playing now with the lack of talent he has around him, besides Saquon Barkley and Evan Ingram. Offensive line is looking solid. Yes, it really is. So I guess that's a good thing. But, we'll see how it plays out. I'm excited for the play action. My thing is, look, Eli Manning, he's a Giant for life. 1 and 2 championships. So, show your respect to Eli. Do I think that they're going to trade him? He has a no trade clause. So I think a lot of that will depend on if Eli Manning wants to get traded and how much does he feel that he really can impact a team. I know a lot of the talk is Eli Manning to the Jaguars because, that would make the most sense. Nick Foles is banged up. Gardner Minshew is looking alright, whatever. But my thing is, you have Tom Coughlin there, some familiar faces. Do they really think that if Eli Manning was to go there and stink out the joint, that would probably leave a lot of sour, tastes in Giants fans' mouths. So my thing is, I don't really see them trading him. My thing is, if this doesn't work out with Daniel Jones, let's say if he struggles, if he really does struggle, could we see them possibly put Eli Manning back in the rotation? And how would that affect Daniel Jones' confidence in the long run? We'll have to see how it plays out. But it seems like this benching by Eli Manning is a little bit premature, not skill-wise, because at this point in Eli Manning's career, I think we could all say Daniel Jones is a bad quarterback. Plus, you guys drafted him at number 6 overall, so you might as well pay him, But overall, we'll see how it plays out. I was a little bit shocked that they were going to bench Eli Manning this early in the season, especially with this possibly Eli Manning's last year. I really just thought they were going to use this as an Eli Manning farewell tour, but I guess not. But we'll see how it plays out. A lot of Giants fans are hitting me up and saying that they think that Daniel Jones can lead into playoffs. You're 0-2, so we'll see how it plays out. The Eagles are a little bit banged up. The Redskins are looking. They're the Redskins. Cowboys are looking like one of the best teams in the NFL, so they have to catch up to them. I don't know, man. I'm kind of optimistic, but I have my doubts also. But that's pretty much it, man. I just want to cover up all the news. Spoke about the injuries around the NFL. Recap week 2. Talk about the MVP race. Excuse me. Daniel Jones is a new starter. What should the Giants do with Eli Manning? cover all of that, man. I'm probably gonna drop a video soon about the week 3 preview, run through my predictions, might talk a little bit of fantasy football, but that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it, man. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice, man. I need some water, so I need to go ahead and bounce. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give this video a like. If you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you at it. I'm the Phenomenal One, and I'm out. Deuces.